Coming up on Mountain News this morning, students in Letcher County finally returned to school as their district continues to deal with the impacts of historic flooding. And a company makes a generous donation so an Eastern Kentucky Technology Center can get back to teaching as it deals with its own devastation caused by floodwaters.
Dedicated to Eastern and Southern Kentucky, this is WYMT Mountain News this morning.
6 o'clock on this Thursday morning. I'm Dakota Makris. Thank you so much for waking up with us. And let's head over to Brandon for a look at our forecast. And some sad news for me, I'm off tomorrow. So is it really sad news? Well, I mean, maybe for you all, but not for me. So
well, there you go.
I got to sleep in.
Right.
You know what? No, let me tell you, and then we'll go to weather. When I'm off, I can't sleep in. It's like I wake up 7 o'clock. Why am I up?
Yep.
And then there's sometimes I'll wake up at 5 a.m. and you're working and I'll text you, hi, good morning, I'm off, but I'm still up.
It's your body's internal alarm clock.
It is.
Most of the time it works perfectly.
Yeah.
All right, let's get into the weather and talk about what's going on this morning, and you'll see not a whole lot of action. We'll take a look at the satellite radar loop again, and you'll see not much rain coming into the region at this point, but the cold front is on the way. Still mild and muggy out there, 75 in Pikeville, 61 in Clintwood. Some temperatures going up, some going down, but still very muggy out there. Dew points in the mid to upper 60s and low 70s, which is basically soupy out there. Clintwood, the only one in the 50s this morning at 56. Showers for a little while this morning, and not everybody sees those. Skies will clear as we head into the afternoon evening hours. Should be a fairly nice afternoon tonight, but again, it's going to get chilly behind that cold front. Temperatures top out in the low 70s today and then drop into the mid 40s overnight. Dakota?
All right, Brendan, thank you. Well, a tremendous amount of work has been done to repair roads and bridges damaged or destroyed by flooding here in our region. Now, state officials wait to see if FEMA will reimburse most of the costs the state has incurred. The Transportation Secretary gave Kentucky lawmakers an update on Wednesday. Arphil Pendleton reports.
A very clear directive was given to the Transportation Secretary by Governor Beshear when flooding first devastated eastern Kentucky.
And it was, Jim, we've got to make these roads passable.
2 months later, Gray says there's been tremendous progress as he had before and after pictures to show lawmakers during his testimony.
We've cleared the enormous accumulation of flood debris, both from the rights of way and from area waterways.
Of 1,100 bridges, 175 needed repairs. One of those was this one in Perry County. There's also been a number of private bridges leading to people's homes. He says the state is working with people on those complex issues.
A lot of work that has to be done as it relates to working with FEMA for reimbursements, what might be available, and how we work with the counties.
And Gray says there's been a lot of neighbor helping neighbor through all of this. Agency helping another agency, the state helping the county, no one ever saying that's not my responsibility to get that done. Lawmakers are appreciative of the work that's been done.
The creeks look really good where they're cleaning those out. Kentucky 28, Kentucky 476, 550 in my district.
I want to compliment from the top down and the bottom up, because those guys are working hard, and I know you all are.
Gray says the state believes FEMA will eventually provide the reimbursements they need to pay for the road and bridge replacements. In Frankfort, Phil Pendleton, WKYT.
State officials say through 11 pop-up sites, they were able to help more than 3,000 people replace their lost driver's license or other forms of ID. Well, have you applied for FEMA assistance? If not, well, you still have some time, but it is quickly running out. FEMA officials say you have until September 28th to register. Now, you can do that by calling the FEMA helpline, visiting disasterassistance.gov, or using the FEMA mobile app. Well, speaking of the FEMA registration deadline, Congressman Hal Rogers and other lawmakers joined together to ask for a 30-day extension to allow people to seek funding to rebuild homes and repair properties. The letter to FEMA explains, quote, more time is needed for those who have not yet been able to register, and this extension will help ensure our most vulnerable families are not left behind, end quote. And of course, if that deadline does get extended, we'll let you know. Well, Wednesday marked the first day back for Letcher County schools following the devastating flooding. With several schools in the district heavily damaged, students, faculty, and staff had to make some adjustments, like opening doors to students at other schools. Our Alyssa Williams was at Fleming Neon Middle School to learn about some of the changes being faced this year.
In this 8th grade language arts class at Fleming Neon Middle School, students were asked to reflect on their experience with the flood, something 7th grade teacher Michael Sparks knows all too well.
It was overwhelming, to be honest with you, because along with so many students that we've had, I'm also a flood victim as well who lost pretty much everything. So I know firsthand what some of these kids went through.
But faculty and staff at the school are hoping to help everyone find a sense of solace in the classroom.
Even under normal circumstances, we're excited to see them. We love our students here, and that's genuine. But today it was even more special because we get to see that they're safe. We know that when they're with us that they're safe, and that means a lot.
But because Martha Jane Potter Elementary was damaged in the flood, those students are also being housed on the Fleming Neon campus.
To see where we started and to see where they are today and where we're going. You know, we're not done. Our buildings are going to be restored and we're going to be moving them back into their buildings and they're going to be better than ever.
Because of the additional students, each middle school grade level is spread across the campus in various buildings, but teachers say the students are doing their best to adjust.
Kids are far more resilient than even adults are to some extent. And so they will adapt and they'll be all right. And it's our job to provide a safe, caring, educational environment for them, and that's what we'll strive to do.
Hoping to continue educating the young minds of Letcher County, whatever way that may look like. In Neon, Alyssa Williams, WYMT, Mountain News.
Well, those with Letcher County Schools say they hope to have Martha Jane Potter Elementary open this December so those students can resume classes there so 6th and 8th graders can return to their main building. Well, one Letcher County cheer team is hoping to rally this semester, raising money to hit the mats. The Fleming Neon Middle School cheer team saw significant hits from the recent flooding, losing thousands of dollars worth of cheer mats. For 8th grade students, fundraisers to buy new mats could mean everything as they look toward completion, afraid they will have to close their year without the skills they have worked hard to craft.
Everything that we worked for, we've fundraised for, it was just all gone, and we just have to start all over. And it's our 8th grade year, so it just sucks.
It's like you can't even find words to express how you feel about this because everything's gone.
Anyone interested in donating to the cheer team can contact the school. Well, the Breathitt County Area Technology Center was ruined by floodwaters and it lost all of its equipment. Well, because of this, it needed to move to a temporary location, but one business stepped in to give back to help the center recover.
And it was just total devastation.
That is how Principal Joe Mayab of Breathitt County Area Technology Center describes what he saw after floodwaters receded. He says the center lost everything.
We didn't know what to do, where to even start, so we just started cleaning and getting stuff out and realized, what a financial loss we had taken.
Advance Auto Parts stepped in and donated $25,000 to the center, helping to ease the burden of the flooding aftermath.
The trade school is not always easy, and not every young person decides to continue that growth. And this is a way for us to give back to the community at the local level.
Mayab says Daryl Cole, a teacher at the center, sent a letter to Advance Auto telling them about their needs.
His temporary shop is in a parking lot right now, so we've got to buy stuff that he can use in his situation that he's in.
And for students like Austin and Preston, the donation will help replace lost tools they can use to further their education to begin their automotive careers.
We had so much stuff that we'd lost, and since then we've started from scratch and we aren't able to do as much as we could have last year.
Helping students get back into the shop. In Breathitt County, Dakota Makris, WYMT Mountain News. Well, the principal estimates the center has millions of dollars in losses. Election day is less than 2 months away, and access to voter registration and requesting an absentee ballot is, well, it's just a click away. Election officials also want to remind voters to do their homework before heading to the polls. Secretary of State Michael Adams is announcing a partnership with Veterans Affairs facilities to bring closer access to VA beneficiaries.
It's brand new. Now if you go to register for a driver's license, they ask you if you want to register to vote. If you sign up for assistance, same deal. But we've left our veterans, unfortunately, out of this conversation.
You can go online to register to vote using the website you see at the bottom of your screen. The midterm election will be held Tuesday, November 8th. The deadline to register to vote is Tuesday, October 11th at 4 p.m. So you can register online to become a poll worker, and they need all of the volunteers they can get.
6:10 here on this Thursday morning. We continue to track just a little bit of rain, although live pinpoint Doppler radar makes it look very deceiving. You see a lot of green. Most of that is a ground clutter. We are tracking just a little bit of rain coming out of central Kentucky there, over into parts of Clark County and over into parts of Madison County that's heading toward the Mountain Parkway and on down the road. So we'll continue to watch that there. Again, as I've said all morning, this is not going to be a line of showers and storms. While it could develop into one of those, it's going to be more spotty even as the front comes through. This is not a very damp cold front. It's a cold front. It's going to bring a lot of cold air in. Not just yet though. 60s and 70s out there this morning, back to 60 in Clintwood, 75 just up the road in Pikeville. That's your cold and warm spots this morning. In some spots, double digits warmer from this time yesterday. 10 degrees warmer in London, 13 degrees warmer in Hazard and Wise, and 14 degrees colder, or excuse me, warmer. I'm used to saying colder in Pikeville, 11 degrees warmer in Prestonsburg. We're heading back up into the low to mid 70s this afternoon. If we can get the sunshine out fast enough, we're still going to drop for the next couple of hours as we see that cold front swing through our region. Dakota?
All right, Brendan, thank you so much. When we come back here on Mountain News this morning, President Joe Biden uses his podium to denounce Russia's invasion of Ukraine and threats made against the West.